Good morning, student. Welcome to your history class. Today we will start chapter 4, that is the slave dynasty. In this chapter, we will discuss successor of Muhammad Ghori, rulers of the slave dynasty, consolidation of the slave dynasty. Consolidation means action or process of making something stronger. Fall of the slave dynasty. So let's start with our first topic, that is introduction. Why this dynasty is called the Salib dynasty. Muhammad Ghori died in 1206 CE, living no higher to the throne. Higher means successor. Qutb ud-Din Aibak, a general of Muhammad Ghori, eventually succeeded him to the throne. The dynasty established by Qutb ud-Din came to be known as the Salib or Mamluk. In Arabic, it means slave or owned dynasty. This marked the beginning of the Delhi Sultanate, which comprised of the following dynasties. The first one is the Slave dynasty, the Tughlaq dynasty, the Lodi dynasty, the Khalji dynasty, and the Sayyid dynasty. Next is rulers of the slave dynasty. Qutb ud-Din Aibak, Iltutmish, Rajia Sultana, Nasir ud-Din Mahmud, and Balban. The first ruler of Salib dynasty was Qutb ud-Din Aibak. The dynasty established by Qutb ud-Din came to be known as the Salib dynasty. He was the general of Muhammad Ghori and eventually succeeded him. He suppressed all internal revolts. Internal revolts means fights or conflicts between neighboring states, and also checked external invaders. Invaders means army successfully. He did not live long enough to enjoy the fruits of his labor. He died after falling from his horse. He also built a mosque in Delhi adjacent to Qutub Minar, which is India's oldest mosque and has been referred to as Qubat-ul-Islam, meaning Sanctuary of Islam, and Qubayt-ul-Islam, meaning Might of Islam. He also built a mosque called Rahiddin Ka Jaunpara in Ajmer. He started the construction of Qutub Minar but died before it could be completed. The second ruler of Salib dynasty was Shamsuddin Iltutmish. Qutb ud-Din was succeeded by Iltutmish, who was Qutb ud-Din's slave and son-in-law. Iltutmish was a wise ruler. He introduced Iqtidari system, where he divided territories among his nobles and made them responsible for its administration and revenue collection, means tax collection. He also introduced silver coins. The general of Muhammad Ghori harassed him. Conquest. He suppressed the Khalji revolt in Bengal. He also defeated Zaldus, the ruler of Ghazni, and Kupacha, the ruler of Multan, and pushed them out of Punjab. Iltutmish diplomatically saved India from the threat of Mongol invasion. Invasion means attack, when he refused to give shelter to the Shah of Persia in 1221 CE. The Mongol, under their leader Genghis Khan, chasing the Shah of Persia, came right up to the bank of Indus River. Realizing the threat to his empire, Iltutmish refused to give shelter to the Shah of Persia, which pleased Genghis Khan, and he went back without attacking. Iltutmish as a builder. Iltutmish was a patron of art and architecture. Patron means admire. He completed the construction of the Qutub Minar. He built a tomb for himself in red sandstone in Delhi. He also built a beautiful mosque at Bodhan. Iltutmish is rightly regarded as the savior of an empire. He suppressed all internal revolts, consolidated means strong the empire and saved it from the death and destruction due to an imminent Mongol invasion. Imminent means certain, happen very soon. The third ruler of Selim dynasty was Razia Sultana. Iltutmish died in 1236 CE. Before his death, he nominated his daughter Razia Sultana as his successor to the throne because none of his sons possessed the qualities to become his worthy successor. However, the nobles refused to be ruled by a woman and they raised his son Ruknuddin to the throne. But he proved to be unworthy of their trust, which prompted means triggered the nobles to remove him and allow Razia to occupy the throne in 1236 CE. Razia established law and order. She was able, wise, and led her army in wars. She also took action against corrupt nobles. In order to avoid trouble, Razia Sultana married Al-Tunya, governor of Sirhind and leader of the rebels. Together they marched towards Delhi to recover the throne but were defeated and killed in 1240 CE. Razia was succeeded by inefficient rulers and there was disorder in the country. In 1246 CE, the in Turkish nobles, 40 in number, also called Chalisa or the group of 40, raised the youngest son of Iltutmish, Nasir ud-Din Mahmud, to the throne. Next is Nasir ud-Din Mahmud. Nasir ud-Din Mahmud ruled from 1246 to 1266 CE. When he ascended to the throne, the Delhi Sultanate was in crisis. He left the entire work of administration in the capable hands of his Prime Minister, Balban, who was also his father-in-law. Balban served his Sultan faithfully. To save the country from Mongol attack, he built a chain of forts on the frontier. Thus, there was peace and order in the country. Nasir ud-Din died in 1265 CE. The last successor of Selim dynasty was Balban. After Nasir ud-Din's death, Ghiyas ud-Din Balban, his advisor and father-in-law, ascended or succeeded the throne in 1266 CE. Balban was confronted with difficulties when he came to the throne. The Turkish chiefs, known as the Group of 40, defied means refused his authority. But Balban rose to the occasion and faced the difficult task with courage and determination. He constructed strong forts along the northwest frontier and repaired the old ones. He kept strong and well-equipped forces and made his son the governor of the frontier province of Multan. He adopted blood and iron policy to control the rebels and nobles. He used his sword against rebels, invaders, thieves to establish peace and order in his empire. He defeated the local chiefs, especially of the Doab area and Rajasthan. He showed no mercy towards the rebel leaders. Tughril Beg had revolted and declared his independence in Bengal. Balban marched against him and suppressed the revolt with a stern hand. Tughril Beg, his family, and many of his followers were put to death. Balban appointed his son Bughra Khan as the governor of Bengal. He then returned to Delhi, warning his son that he too would be dealt with in the same manner if he ever revolted against the Sultan. The last topic of the chapter is conduct of nobles. In order to reduce the power of the nobles, Balban introduced some measures. The court was maintained in a lavish style. Lavish means luxurious. Strict court discipline was ordered. The nobles had to stand silently in the court. They had to kneel. Kneel means bow down and touch the ground with their forehead in salutation to the Sultan. This custom was called Siddha. The Orthodox means traditional, strict, devout Muslims were horrified at this because according to Islam, all men are equal. So Siddha should be done only before God. Balban was a successful ruler of the slave dynasty. He cleared forests and made roads safer. Trade and agriculture improved under his rule. He died in 1286 CE. The slave dynasty collapsed like a house of cards. All his successors were inefficient. A Khalji noble named Jalaluddin Khalji occupied the throne after murdering Balban's grandson. That marked the end of slave dynasty. So this is all about chapter 4, the slave dynasty. In this chapter we discussed about the different rulers of the slave dynasty. So go through the video and read the chapter carefully to understand the concept in a better way. Thank you.